So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is Unreal Engine 5 overview for absolute beginners. This is video number 37, I think. And in this video, we are talking about the new retargeting system, and I have a bad news. First of all, this is Unreal Engine 5 Preview 2, which means the official Unreal Engine 5 is still not released when I record this, and there is no documentation about the retargeting system. And that's bad, because I wanted to retarget the metahuman, which you can see here, and I failed. And yeah, that's happening when we have no documentation. But I watched very short videos, around 4 minutes, and I will link this video in the description, so you can follow this video as well. On this video, they retargeted right, it worked, and there are many other videos on YouTube. There it works too, but anyhow, I messed up. That's happening. Yeah, and I show you what I produced, and that's why I will not show you the whole process, but I will just point out what's new and what's good and what's bad, right? Something like that. Let's get started. First of all, let's play here, and you can see my retargeting result is this. And yes, there are some bones wrong retargeted, and probably because I have not selected it right. So that's happening when you have no documentation, but this is not a real big deal actually, because later if you have this a documentation with the setup, which bones to select for a real retargeting, or there is even a template for retargeting, then this thing is easy even for an absolute beginner. But right now I messed up, and I have no clue about animations. Let's say I have almost no clue. I did one time animations, but not that kind. So let's get started. First of all, what we have to do, we open up our demonstration folder, we create a new folder, and we call it retargeting. And I have already created one. Where is it? I'm blind again. Let me go near here, and here's it. All right. So, and what you do now is you click right click here on the field, and then go to animations. And here on IK rig, you click on it, and now you have to select a source skeleton and a target skeleton. The source skeleton, most time what we do in general is we select the SK mannequin. So we have here two versions. The one is the male and one is the female version. Depends what you need. In my case, I needed the female version because I wanted this female version target to the metahuman female version, which I have downloaded here. So you select this one. I call this one, normally you call this then source, for example, because this is the I call it source free because I already have source, or let's call it source female, makes more sense. And then you open up this source mannequin. So what you have to do here is actually then start selecting bones, for example here the root bone, and change it perhaps. Most time they select here the change the root bone to this one, and then they select the other bones which you need to retarget. For example, they select just the base bones here, or here the base bones, here the base bones, and add it to this retargeting. I make here just an example. Let's see, I go from the pelvis up a little bit. Oh, wait, here on the left side, I select this bone still here. This is the body bone, and then I click right click, and then I go here down and new retargeting, chain from selected bones. And this one and this one, this looks all time so difficult. It's not. And here on the right side, when we go to the IK retargeting, the start bones to the end bones, and these are only the bones which we want retargeting, right? Depends on your target. You don't need all. For example, you can skip now all the other things here, because perhaps you don't need that. That's nice. I made, for example, one time I made in Blender an animation, and my animation skeleton had 3 bones, and now compare this one with this mannequin here, has over, I don't know, over 30 bones here or something like that. So you can think my animation with 3 bones was an animation like this one. Anyway, let's continue. So you select then here this 2. You say, okay, I will animate the body. I want animation this arm. Let's click them too. And then you go for the other arm too. Let's jump to the other arm. And you say, I want here, 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 something like that. Then right click here. This is not correct. This is just so demonstration. And then you go on. And the nice thing is here, that sounds a lot of work, but actually you can get this very fast. You can even get here a almost finished template later. For example, default retargeting template, which means you can, if I don't know if they provide it later, but then you can just select them fast, copy them here, and then you have the base bones which you want retarget. So let's say you are finished with this one. I open up one more time and I go here to my source folder. I open this one up, not this one, because I have not used the male version. I use the female, and you see I have made here some retargets before, and then there are some more little steps which you have to set here. I reset the root. That was the only thing, because the root was here before, and then we set it here in the middle. And then what we did then, and then we have set some other things, but not much. That's it, almost. And then you go here and create your next. You go again for the target version. That was the source. Now you go to the target version, again the same thing, very easy, IK rig. And this time you select the target. In my case, it was the female. I write body, I don't know what. Yes, something like that. Female body skeletal mesh. It's anyway test. Target 2. Target female. All right. Then you open this one up and look, this the meta human skeleton. And I said they look not all time same, right? The mannequin, the standard mannequin in Unreal Engine, it looks already much, but the meta human bones, when you watch this list is crazy. And the best thing here about is you don't need all. You can just select what you really need. For example, I said before, I just retargeted from this point, for example, to this point, right? So here to here. Let's say here, the body one. You select this one. So only the body one. I have right clicked and retarget this one, and here, instead of selecting now all the possible options what is represented here in the body, I just go here and try to make the same. I select this one, perhaps this was a mistake, I don't know, and say I need only this one. All other little things I have no animation anyway, so I select only this one, something like that, and say I retire. And here again you make bring it here to the retarget list, and then you build up here again. You watch what you have here, and you say, okay, I have here the next bones which I selected was the arm. Yes, what I have selected here, I have only this, only 3 bones actually. So you try to select only 3 bones, perhaps here too, because here it starts 1, 2, 3. But I'm not a modular, perhaps. Oh, this one, what you see here, absolute no needed right now. Let's go here. Yes, something like, oh, yeah, now I selected all. It's not this one, and this one. Yeah, and one more to hell. So now I have this 4 should match up here. One more, perhaps this hand here too. And then I right click here and go here, and then I have, okay, this was bad because there was a hole, so they made here a little bit double things. Anyway, and then you continue this till you are finished with all your setup. And the nice thing is, when you make all right, you are going here to this place. Let's delete this both here. We don't need them anymore. And this one. Oops. What is happening? I made 4s. Please say me not I have crashed it. Yes. Because I said 4s delayed. Okay, you should not make this one. Sorry for that. Let's open this one fast up again. No. Yeah. Don't force delayed next time. All right. Happens sometimes. Okay, we go to my demonstration folder. And yep. And then we see what happens. All right. I hope it works all now. All right, let's go on. So, why it takes so long? Because it crashed. Okay, anyway, we are back. And so let's go this one away. So we was here in our folder, and we have created now a source. We created a target, and after you created this one, you make the third step, which is actually who combines them, and it is again in animation, and then you go again to IK-rig, or oops, not IK-rig, sorry for that one, animation, and then you go again to IK retargeter. You select the source. In our case, we called it indeed source, so for example this one, and then you call this what's a retargeter? Yeah, well, let's keep this retargeter, and then you open up this retargeter, and the nice thing is now you have just to select, this was the source, in this case it's the male, that is the wrong one anyway, and then you just select your target. Now let's make it, let's make it right. Let's delete this one, please don't crash. No, now it works, it was no force delayed. And again, I go fast here to my IK retargeter. This time I sourced you, it was the female, this one, and then we go in, we open it up, and this one we select here target, and our target was our target here actually. And you can see then if you made it all correct, you have this one. Don't worry about this missing head. This is just a meta-human setting which you can bring up later, but not so important right now here. It still works, you can see here on my character, but let me dock here on. And then after this one, it's almost finished, because you can go here on the animations tab, click one of this, let's say walk animation, and you can see it almost worked, but when we watch closely, you see this wrong pose here. So there was a little bit, perhaps I made this not an exactly pose, that's why it was not working. But yeah, there are some little issues here, but not big. The biggest issue is probably they have not released a documentation. I mean, if they release then a documentation, then this one, I forgot something to mention. Then after you have this one, have made this one, there is here this one nice button, and then you can export this selected asset if you are happy with that. If not, like me, for example, you could, if you have a little bit knowledge about animation, you can tweak it here as well. You can just go to this. First, you export and tweak the animation, but that's too much work. So it's better to set up it right off the bat. And I think my pose was not right because you see the arms are not real where they should be. That was here. Yeah. So setting up the arms a little bit. But anyway, that was only my problem. In other videos on YouTube, they made this absolute good anyhow, but it worked. I don't know if it's worked with MetaHuman, so out of the box, but all other standard assets, for example, you don't have to use MetaHuman, you can use other characters as well, and then it works probably easier. And one thing to mention, why is this? I said at start, this one is still good. Later, when you have this one, you can, after you set this one time up, for example, as a source, this source, one time your male mannequin, one time your female mannequin, and then you can use this all time. You don't have to make this all time again and again and again. You make it only one time at start, and then later you just use this retargeter and just define the source file you have to make. Yes, this, I mean the target file you have to make, but the source file you don't make it again normally. Target file, yes, and then you go here, set the target, and that's it later. That's why it will be fast when you set it one time with also real good settings up, not like me, and then yeah. But right now it's not official released. There is no official documentation, and that's why I messed up. Probably. But no, there is also some YouTubers already got good solutions, and on their machines they work. I want to just test it, I want to show it, and I did, and I hope till release this will be that they release also documentation, and then even a starter with zero knowledge will make this easy. So that said, I stop here, and in the next video we will talk also a little bit sequence, I think, and then so on. Bye.